Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. So it has been a hot minute since we talked much about the builder base, and that's because there ain't been nothing going on with the builder base. But we are just a few weeks away from Builder Hall 9 being released. I thought this might make a good time to kind of go back and we'll take a look at Builder Hall 8, close it out, talk about some of the better attacks, some base designs, and some custom style attacks. And I wanted to start off with what I think is probably the strongest ground attack in the game, and that will be Bombarian Carts. Ben over at Oz Builders has become really strong with this one, and he gave me some of his better replays to show. And, well, we're going to start off with his first one. He likes to come in from the one side, and most of these bases, when you really look at them, they're diamond bases. And any base can be any kind of base if you just kind of look at it, change your perspective in your mind as you're looking at it. So he comes in from the one side, and obviously the goal is to get rid of that crusher that's going to cause all kinds of grief for his barbarians. Clear some walls, brings in the barbarians to, both tank as well as distract, but keep the enemy defensive fire off of the bombers and the cannon carts. Cannon carts are the ones that are going to do the big damage here and take out the crusher. And once it's gone, in goes everything else, and you just flood the heart of the base. And you're going to see this in every single one of these replays. I think I got maybe 5 or 6, maybe 5, I don't know, something like that. In each case, he does the exact same thing. He comes in from one side, knocks out the crusher, and then floods the base with everybody else. Battle machine usually stays up long enough to take out the builder hall and maybe even another crusher along the way. And of course, kind of distract and tank for various defenses also. That's kind of the general function of the battle machine, really. Each one of these works out really, really, really well, and he's up against full maxed Builder Hall 8 gains. Now, you can take these same concepts and apply them to any ground attack that you run that involves raged barbarians. You can use them for other ones as well. What I like about the opening move of this, keep track of how he does it. He's basically using one camp of bombers, one camp of raged barbarians, and one camp of cannon carts to take out the most difficult ground defense, the crusher, open the middle of the base up, and then sends in the rest of his troops. This works with, let's see here, Big Bart, Bombarian Carts. You can do a variation of it with Bart. It's a little bit different because obviously, you're not running with the bombers in a Bart attack. But you can also use it as part of a more complex multi-pronged attack that's customized to a specific base. And we'll see a little bit more of this over the next week or so as I bring some of these customized attacks back into the channel, into the videos that we're making. You can come in with 2 or 3 different pieces of attacks, stitch them all together into a cohesive strategy, and take a base out for a 3-star or for a high 2-star, depending upon the layout of the base, and really win a lot of your matches that way. And that's what a lot of the higher level players have been doing. They'll take those multifaceted attacks, these customized attacks as we've called them in the past, and use them to totally dismantle a base in the course of just a couple of minutes time and walk away with a high 2 or even a 3-star result. And this is one example of how you can deal with the crusher so that your ground attack is able to work its way all the way through the base. Notice too, Ben's not just spamming all of his troops. And I know it kind of seems like that when he floods the center of the game or of the base, but that's not what's happening. If you watch closely, he's holding back on the bulk of his attack until he's, again, strategically cleared out a good portion of the base. Now here, there's no real defenses that can do anything to the bombers, so he can just take his time and even hold back on his raged barbarians. But once he finally gets all those walls broken down, in goes some raged barbarians, both to suss out any traps, bombs, mines, whatever along the way, followed by his cannon carts that slowly but surely work their way right in, and boom, there they are. Out goes the crusher, courtesy of the cannon carts. I think the battle machine might have got a hit in there as well. The poor roaster, man, it doesn't know what it's going to do. That giant cannon, because the giant cannon no longer does 14 gajillion times damage on the battle machine like it used to, you're able to survive and use that battle machine like an actual hero, and that's really nice. We got that in maybe 2 updates back. It was the last update or the one before that. I can hardly keep track, but that was a huge boon to attacks like this, because you can now use your battle machine as a proper hero, distracting and taking down different key defenses along the way. Even when you finally do lose the battle machine, or you lose your cannon carts, or you lose your raged barbarians, in a lot of these attacks you still got the bombers. And I think it's the last attack that we've got in this set of replays. The bombers are the ones that finish off the base, and that happens an awful lot. And that, of course, is why you never ever quit a match until all of your troops are done. You run it all the way to the very end of the timer. Here's a real common base. Lots of folks seeing this double eyebrow base. Well, we're going to hit it exactly the same way. Come in from the one side, use the bombers to break down the walls, and then slowly but surely trickle in the raged barbarians. Let them deal with the guard post troops. Let them be the ones that get targeted by the multi-mortar. And, of course, the cannon that's up there at the top and that archer tower until finally you've got the base opened up and you can send in the cannon carts. Cannon carts will start to take out some of those outside buildings as the Raged Barbarians do the same. Raged Barbarians battle machine, they're in the process of distracting all those defenses in the heart of the base until finally the cannon carts get into the mix and take out that crusher. That's it. That's all she wrote for this base. There are so many Raged Barbarians still left up that the base is just, its main defensive hub is going to go down. And that's what you want. That's how you use this attack. I like Jaibok. I like minion drops. I like P.E.K.K.A. carts, but none of them can do what this attack in particular can do if you can master the way you deploy the Raged Barbarians. And that really is the key. Getting those Raged Barbarians down in a way that isn't a spam, even though it seems like it towards the end, I realize that, but getting them down in a way that slowly but surely takes out everything in the base so that you have a constant flow of Raged Barbarians. And here's what I was talking about with the bombers at the very end. You're going to see that we got a 98% 2-star, but that one lone bomber at the bottom there, he's going to take care of that last army camp. And that's exactly what you want. Boom, there it goes. So we're looking at another 3-star. And this should be the last one, I think, that we've got here against, what is that, Divyanshu? A somewhat irregular base. It's still, if you look at it, it's still really another diamond base. And this is what I was trying to get at when I say you can kind of reorient a base in your head any way you want to. If you come from that kind of northwest side of the game grid, you can see it as a square. If you come from the west angle of it, if you will, you can see it as a diamond base. Why would you take it from the left rather than the right? Well, the right just got a whole bunch of open area there, and that doesn't make any sense. Why would you come from the left or the top left rather than coming from the bottom down where the air bombs are? You know, again, look at all the walls, look at all the stuff you got to work your way through. It just doesn't make sense. This base looks like it should be attacked from that left corner there, from the far east of the base. And that's exactly what Ben does. He works his way in. We see the cannon carts work their magic until finally we're down to just a few Raged Barbarians, and the battle machine goes down. But still, it's a 3-star. You got plenty of troops left over, no real defenses to do anything for you. And then the cannon carts can finish off the last couple of bits until, boom, you get the big 3-star again. So there you have it, guys. Another run of Bombarian Carts. Like I said, we're going to start closing out Builder Hall 8 and getting ready for Builder Hall 9. There's going to be a big base video. Be sure to watch for it. I'm going to have like 7 or 8 different bases for Builder Hall 8. It's going to become the de facto standard for anybody coming through Builder Hall 8 on the way to Builder Hall 9. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. You got comments, questions, drop them down below. And on that note, I'm out of here. Keep on clashing. Bye-bye.